Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly all signs check-in. Normally, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I typically do a weekly intuitive astrology reading for the week. But when I got a lot going on or I'm traveling, which both are true right now, I don't really have time to do the research for the hours that I need to do it for, and then, get all my notes together and then be able to regurgitate it to you, and then also do the channelings and all of that, because it literally takes it's like an all-day situation, and I don't have the time or space, unfortunately. So when I don't have the time or space, I do all signs check-in. So we're going to go through each sign, and I'll do little mini readings for each sign for this week, and that's how it's going to go. Everything that you're curious about, website stuff, social media stuff, is linked below. We do have some new site stuff going on just for those guys who want to know. The BOMISpirit.com site is being renovated, is a good word for it. And then everything else that was on that site that you want to know or you're curious about, you can find on Island Turtle Magic, ending in CK. It is linked below as well for your convenience. Over there, we have all the profiles for everybody at BOMISpirit and everything that they do, from Reiki to astrology services, to personal training and ceremony and all the kind. So go ahead and check that out if you're curious, okay? I want to go ahead and get started. Yeah, let's get started. I don't think there's anything else we need to be discussing right now. So I will give you a little bit of an astrology info. Again, I haven't done a deep dive, but I already had previously looked up some stuff just for myself. So there are some things I already know that's going on next week, astrologically speaking, especially for those of you here in the States, where we're going to be having some family Thanksgiving time. You're going to want to know this. So this week we do have Venus in Libra opposing Chiron in Aries. Yeah, trigger city. When you have Venus opposing Chiron, especially at Aries versus Libra, it brings up a lot of, it's a lot of triggered energy, insecurities, woundings, trauma around self versus others, who you are versus are you just part of the group? Are you just kind of following what everyone else is doing? There's a lot of themes this week too around personal freedom, because we are moving into Sag season in Tropic. So the Sun and Mars and Ceres are all moving into Sagittarius within a day of each other. So they're all still working together. And if you've been watching me, you probably already know that they've also been working with each other in Scorpio. Well, now they're going to be working with each other in Sag, okay? But just remember this week, coming back to Venus really quickly, Venus opposing Chiron. The moon will also shift into Aries around that time as well. So especially on Thanksgiving, Venus will be opposing Chiron and the moon. With Chiron and the moon working together, there's going to be a lot of emotional boosting, if you will, as far as how we're reacting to that Venus opposing Chiron aspect. So just be prepared that there could be some very triggered stuff coming up around relationships, especially when it comes to personal freedom in relationships. Now, coming back to some of that Sag energy. So Sun, Mars, and Ceres all working in Sag after they've been working in Scorpio. This is also going to amplify that craving, that desire for personal freedom, because we will be in Sagittarius energy. There's also going to be this stronger urge and desire to just share your thoughts, to share your opinions, really is how it's coming through, to share your opinions. Oh yes, we're going there. Mercury has also already been in Sag. Something that could be a nice little saving grace about all this energy, though, is while Mercury is still in Sag, it will be sextile Venus, while Venus is opposing Chiron and the moon. So that could create opportunities potentially to really clear the air if need be, or to find some sort of middle ground, or even some healing and growth to come out of some of this triggered energy. I'm hearing patterns with that. Definitely hearing some patterns with that. I feel like this week there's going to be people who are really just not allowing anyone to compromise who they are. It's got that kind of big energy of I'm here, I've got my own opinions, I've got my own thoughts, I'm my own person, and if you like it, great. If you don't, I'm tired of you not liking it, or I'm tired of you placing these restrictions on it. A lot of just really blatant truth is going to be coming out of people's mouths this week. But again, that Mercury sextile Venus, while Venus is opposing Chiron and the moon, could also really help with that, especially because Mercury is in a fire sign in Sag, while the moon and Chiron are in Aries. There's a little bit of support there too. So even if there might be some uncomfortable conversations, or even a little bit of outbursty kind of energy, there's still a potential for that to really aid growth and really aid healing if need be. And really growth is what they're saying. They're really saying growth more than anything, okay? Yeah, I feel like that's everything you really need to like know about this week as far as what I am already privy to. Oh, thank you. The sun and Saturn, thank you. The sun is also square Saturn this week. Not the greatest with all this other like Chiron, Venus energy going on and all this like I'm gonna choose me and I'm gonna be free and do it on my terms kind of energy. But the sun being in Sag will be square Saturn this week while Saturn is in Pisces. That is a total fight of I'm going to be liberated and do whatever the hell I want to do versus duty and what I have to do. So that can add to some of this combative energy. That can add to some of this get off of me, don't control me, don't restrict me, don't try to diminish me for your own comfort kind of energy. Saturn and Pisces also really encourages us to be more disciplined with our own spirituality, with our own faith, also with letting certain things go, and even with our own sense of compassion. So Saturn's asking us to go there and to do this and to step up in that way, but the sun is like, no, I'm gonna do me all day. So again, could create some conflict there for some people. But again, I still feel like that Mercury sextile Venus, especially as it's working off of the fiery moon in the middle of the week and as it's working off of Chiron, I think could be very beneficial to moving past certain situations, moving past conflict if utilized the right way. But you know, free will is a thing, right? All right, so on that note, let's go ahead and get into the signs. Let me get a little sippy sip and then we'll get started. I had a very interesting night, so I am like tired and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these dark circles. I did not think I actually looked tired, but I look tired. Okay, so for this batch of readings today, I actually really want to work with the Herbal Astrology deck. I've been working with it more and it's just amazing and I love it. And a friend actually gifted this to me, which makes it even more special. But we're going to start with that and then we'll pull tarot cards in each reading, okay? Oh, okay. I wanted to start with Aries, but they said start with Sag. Okay. We'll start with Sag. Let's do it. Whoa. So immediate card vomit. Hold on. Can't. Immediately. Oh my gosh, so many cards. Okay. It was interesting though. They said start with Sag and we had a little explosion. Okay, Sag. Sagittarius for the week of November 20th to the 26th. Keep in mind we also have the full moon in Gemini on the 27th. So Sag, obviously you're going to really feel that. And happy birthday to any Saggies out there. Happy early birthday. There's this feeling of coming from a justified place is what I'm getting with you, Sag. Coming from the place of right. Is that also how it's coming through? And whatever it is you're doing or whatever it is you're saying, it's, yeah. Okay. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Can I get a card for Sagittarius for the week, please? Interesting. So you have passion flower with surrender. Neptune and the moon are associated with this plant as well. You got a couple owls going on in there. Also, it actually feels very Saggy to me because Sag, you guys are the intuitive fire sign. That's how I refer to you as. The philosopher, if you will. There is something here about communing with the self. Yeah. That's what I feel here. I feel communing with the self. I feel meditation coming up for you this week as a recommendation. That's specifically as a recommendation, Sag. To woosah. Excuse me. To woosah and surrender to what it is you already know to be true. And also to not have to force your truth on other people. Oh, there we go. There we go, Sag. Nothing wrong with knowing what you know. Doesn't mean you got to force it on people. Doesn't mean that other people need to act on it the way you act on it. This feels a lot of just like honoring the self and just keeping it within the self and not, again, not projecting it on other people, not forcing it on other people. Because also everyone's truth is different, Sag. Everyone's truth is different. There's a joy that I'm feeling with you in this energy, though, if you're able to do this and just keep all of your focus on the self. Yeah, they're saying internal, within. There's a really nice joy. There's a peaceful energy that could come about there, could come about for you with that. I'm actually hearing the term peaceful warrior is coming through. Actually, it also makes sense because Sag, some of you have a little bit of that warrior energy. But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting peaceful warrior with you if you're able to do this and you're able to embrace that route. Anything else want to come up here for Sag? It's going to be a little difficult for you to embrace that Saturn Pisces. It probably has been already, just because Pisces doesn't normally play too well with Sagittarius. I mean, you're both mutable, so you share that. But I mean, obviously, you're very different elements. I almost feel like, Sagittarius, if you're dealing with any Pisceans, I feel like they actually get very tired and fatigued around you is just kind of the feeling I'm getting. But not important. Coming back, Sag. Yeah, embrace this peaceful warrior energy. Embrace the peaceful warrior energy. Embrace the bliss of being within the self and knowing that your truth is true and that it's okay if it's just for you. That's how it's coming through here. Some of you guys could really benefit from working with Passion Flower. You'll know who you are. Let's go ahead and pull some cards here. I'm going to do the Glow in the Dark Tarot. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Any messages or insights for Saggy? There's nothing wrong with telling people your truth if they are like trying to dominate you. I want to make that very clear. I was getting a lot of, yeah, the Emperor's in the bottom. I was getting a little bit of that like aggressive energy. If someone is being like that with you, like obviously like don't put up with it. Right? Obviously don't put up with it. But yeah, it's like I can feel it. It's like there's this strong desire this week, Sag, to really enforce yourself and your truth and your way of looking at things, your way of doing things onto other people. I feel like if you do that, I feel like it's gonna be very obvious as to like maybe why that's not the greatest way of approaching certain things, right? But again, just being within the self, being within the self. We have the Lovers coming out initially for you. That's Gemini energy. That is your 1-7. That is your 7th house, Sag. There could be some stuff coming up here in terms of very intimate or bonded relationships, like marriage, business relationships, people that you are obligated to, people you have actual physical contracts with or soul contracts with. That's honestly the vibe that I'm getting here, Sag. Relinquish. Yeah, I keep getting stuff around like power and aggression. Relinquish. Why does that sound weird? So strange to me right now. The word sounds very weird. Anyway, relinquish. This feeling of control, this feeling of domination, relinquish it when it comes to these people specifically. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Sag, keep in mind, everything I'm tuning into could be you or it could be someone you're dealing with, okay? So if you're like, this is so not me, it could be someone in your field or someone you know. So just take it as it resonates. But yeah, there's a sense of like, you want to be free and so do other people, right? If you get into this place of like, this is the way, this is the truth, and right, and like trying to enforce that, it doesn't allow people to be free. That's what I'm getting off this Lover's energy. Anything else for Sagittarius? Anything else for Sagittarius for this week? Let's see here. Interesting. Lovers, and then we have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is a restricted mindset. It also can be this state of fear, but it's self-imposed, which means some of it is illusion. Well, I'm going to say all of it's illusionary, but it's keeping yourself stuck in a way of being that is not fully truthful and has some illusions potentially tied to it. Again, this feeling of restriction around the Lovers. Yeah, I keep getting pulled back to this freedom energy of like, You want to be free. Allow people the same courtesy to be as free as you want to be. There's something about that brings up this Eight of Swords energy of almost like you're afraid to like allow people to meet you at that place. Or you're afraid, you're like, yeah, or like you're afraid of these like specific people, these intimate bonded relationships, for these individuals to meet you at that place of freedom, because it's also a very vulnerable place as well. Can I get another for Sagittarius? Two eights. We got Eight of Wands now. Yeah, literally, I feel like this is the fight between between freedom and restriction. Freedom and control. This is the fight between freedom and control. And with the Lovers, like I said, I do feel like there is this projection of like, it's like you are actually ending up restricting other people by you trying to exercise your own freedom. Oh, that is it. There it is. By you trying to exercise your own freedom, especially freedom of speech, you're actually restricting other people. And it creates this like a little bit of like fear or anxiety or difficulty with relaxing into allowing people to be just as free as you in that same way, and then actually meeting them equally at that place. So surrender by just keeping your focus on you and let people be who they want to be. I also feel for some of you too, there is this needing to face the truth about a choice. The choice will lead to this Eight of Wands. It is a choice of freedom. You'll know what this choice is for you. I'm feeling freedom and purpose, actually. And I'm feeling that purpose energy off of here. So I'm getting two very different groups of Saggies right now. If you allow yourself to be truly free and to truly follow your purpose, you got to relinquish something. No matter which group you're in, there's this whole matter of relinquish fear, relinquish control. I want to get a little deeper into this. I got to be careful because I could be on here forever. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Can I get a card for the Eight of Swords? What's behind the Eight of Swords? I'm just hearing control. Can I get a card of what's behind the Eight of Swords? What needs to be relinquished here for Sag? What needs to be relinquished for Sag? I'm hearing the price of freedom. Interesting. Whoa. Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands on the Eight of Swords. Again, allow yourself to just surrender into your own personal freedom in a way where you're not using your freedom to control other people or diminish other people, but also allowing yourself to surrender to your freedom and make whatever sacrifice needs to happen here. Because the Ace of Cups with the Ten of Wands tells me that this is heavy on your heart, literally. That this is heavy on your heart, this is heavy on your soul, to not follow that freedom and allow other people the same courtesy. I can feel it. It's a fear of the Lovers. It's fear to meet people at this equal place, or to make the choice of freedom to meet yourself at this place. You got to face this, Sag. Something's weighing heavy on your heart. Only you know what it is. It's weighing heavy on your heart. Let's see if any other cards want to come out, and then I'll move on. Any other messages or insights for Sag? Wow. We got another ace. Okay. Any other messages or insights for Sag? Whoa. Big fat stack just came out. Okay, before we get into the other cards, I want to focus on the Eight of Swords energy, where you have this heaviness on your heart, Sag. Clarifying that, we have the Four of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Swords. The 4 and the 10 make a Six of Cups energy. Family patterns, or patterns in general, and I did channel that for you already. Also speaks to past, like your past energy, memories, nostalgia, energy of the soul, past lives, that sort of deal. The Three of Swords around this. I gotta be honest, Sag, it's like being afraid of freedom especially in terms of within your relationships and allowing other people to be free, because there's probably a history here of when you have engaged in that or when you have allowed that, it just created pain for you. It just created discomfort for you. That's honestly how this is coming through. The Ten of Cups can be family energy, or it's this experience of having a very well-rounded life in just sheer happiness and bliss is also the Ten of Cups. But this is what's weighing on your heart. This is what's weighing on your heart. And it's creating this Eight of Swords energy. This is what needs to be relinquished. This experience, this story, this experience and this story needs to be relinquished. For those of you where it's just about allowing yourself to be free, it's almost like you've associated choices that align to your personal freedom as having very painful consequences. Or maybe even you need to sacrifice family in order to do that. And then in turn, that'd be painful for you. And in terms of the other group where you being in your personal freedom, you actually start restricting the freedom of others. It's just that same thing of like being afraid of allowing people to be free because it would just create painful experiences for you, not trusting people really. And then we had the Ace of Pentacles fall on the Lovers. New beginnings, instability, new very hopeful, promising beginnings. And then on the Eight of Wands, we have the Page of Cups. The truth and honesty and innocence will lead to your personal freedom. Okay, Sag? But relinquish this. Relinquish it. Let it go. Because again, it is clearly weighing on your heart. I gotta pick these up because it's already been 20 minutes. We've only done Sag. All right. Moving on. Moving on. We're going to do Capricorn. Get a little sippy sip. Okay. What's going on for my Cappies? What's going on for my sea goats? November 20th to the 26th. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? November 20th to the 26th. Orion's coming up. That's interesting. Not what I would expect from my Capricorns. Some of you may have connections to Orion. I would look into that for yourselves. If that resonates or that feels like a ping in your body, I would definitely look into that. But Orion's coming up for my Cappies. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Oh, my crown is starting to like, whoa. You could be having some crown energy as well. Some downloads could be coming in for you, Cappies. Ooh. Shanandra with Grace. There's a lot going on in that card. I feel a lot of Lovers energy. I feel Temperance energy. I literally feel Sag and Gemini, which we did just do Sag, but you guys are neighbors. And so when we do readings like this, where it's like we go from like Sag to Cap to Aqua to Pisces, there's always a little bit of like neighboring energy that is still very much present in the next sign, because literally you're neighbors and you do share some kindred energy here. But I'm getting strong Sag, strong Gemini. This card is associated with Jupiter and Venus. I do feel partnership here, Capricorn. I feel partnership, the question of partnership, the thought of partnership, and creating beauty in your life. Ooh, that's how that wanted to come through. And creating more beauty in your life. All right, Cappies. Some of you, I got to be honest, is just what I'm getting. Some of you, Cappies, in order to create more of this beauty in your life, this harmony in your life, this easeful bliss in your life, especially if there's partnership involved, you got to get really real about what is keeping that beauty out of your life. I feel a little devil energy coming in there. This could be addiction. This could be lifestyle choices, habits, things like that. I'm getting it's much more in like habits, lifestyle choices. for you, Capricorn, or even just people around you who are engaging in certain things. Be very aware of how that affects you. Be very aware that whatever you're doing in your reality, whoever you're dealing with, that is part of you co-creating your reality. And your reality can only grow as big as the parameters of the beliefs of other people who are in your reality. Does that make sense? Definitely feeling like magician energy coming in there. But creating even more beauty in your life. That seems to be the overall energy here. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. I kind of want to read this one. Should we read it? Let's read it. Let's read it. It's such a beautiful card. Just like whoa, just get sucked into there, right? Feels also very much like one with nature, one with the cosmos. Let's see here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Inner beauty, inspiration, euphoria, vision, supernatural powers, synergy. Oh, like the Temperance card in the tarot. I've never read this one, so it's interesting. Like the Temperance card in the tarot, the goddess holds up a cup of water representing the subconscious as she crosses over a stream of water, representing the conscious mind. Shanandra's medicine teaches us about the high alchemy of beauty, grace, and the harmony of dualities. Like the medicine of Swan, Shanandra is here today to remind you of the grace within balance, patience, and moderation. You're being invited to allow life force to flow through you with force or without force or resistance. Follow your visions and pay close attention to the subtle language in your body and surroundings. If you feel out of orbit or aloof, make time to ground. Grounding will only facilitate your development to a higher consciousness. No wonder I was feeling all that crown energy with you, Shanandra. Let's pull some cards. And of course, we see the Two of Cups as I cut the deck. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Getting a little bit of aqua energy, like the Star card. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? I almost called you Shanandra. For Capricorn. For November 20th to the 26th. For November 20th to the 26th. Whoa. Not taking all those. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Stay focused on the beauty, the intention. Stay focused on the beauty and the intention. Yeah, beautiful. Queen of Cups energy. I'm getting a lot of meditative energy here and reflection with you, Capricorn, and this is Cancer. Your 7th house, Sagittal. So their first card was Gemini, their 7th house. So again, I do feel like partnership is wrapped up in this with you. A lot of you, Capricorn. For some of you, that's how you want to create beauty in your life, is through partnership, whether that's collaborative partnerships, or whether that's romantic partnerships, right? But that's honestly what I'm getting. You want to cultivate beauty through partnership. It feels like cultivating a dream. Like cultivating bliss, cultivating happiness, cultivating peace. It feels really good, Capricorns. Some of you could be getting really into your own intuition in order to do this as well. But you have to be, again, they're bringing this up. You got to be really honest with yourself about what is restricting the beauty that can even come into your life, and get real about it and do something about it. Okay? Anything else for Capricorn? Anything else for my Cappies from November 20th to the 26th? November 20th to the 26th. Judgment. Yeah. Basically what I was getting at. Again, it keeps coming through as you're trying to cultivate beauty, and happiness, joy, peace through partnership. That's just how it keeps wanting to come through for you, Cappies. But this is you really getting into your own intuition, really getting into your soul and being very, very clear from this higher minded place, this higher consciousness place of what that is, what that looks like, and what cannot be part of it. Feels like a giant soul call. Let's see what else wants to come out for my Cappies. Judgment and death. Doesn't really get much more spiritual than that in terms of listening to what is right and what needs to change on a very deep soul level. They're saying from the micro to the macro, from a deep individual soul level to a much more of a bigger picture, like in your whole reality kind of a level too. And that's exactly what I was getting for you. Some of you, this is a drastic shift in your consciousness, which I do feel like I'm hearing advancement. So like that could be an activation, sort of an ascension kind of a feel. Some of you guys, this could even be ego death energy with judgment and death. It feels big. It feels very big, Capricorn. It's a very, oh my God. The Tower. Oh, I got chills everywhere. This is a major shift within yourself and in your reality, but I feel like you're doing it by communing with your own soul and staying focused on cultivating beauty. And again, I keep hearing through partnership, but the Tower indicates that there are some big changes here, really sudden changes. Are any of them surprising? No, I'm hearing no. None of them are surprising or shouldn't be to you. It just feels very like, I see and I understand. Feels very much like that. Some of you guys are going to get some big fat downloads. Any other messages or insights from my Capricorns? Interesting. Overall, we have the 5 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Okay, beautiful. Ending on the Temperance energy. I feel like this is you observing the 5 of Wands energy in your life. Remember what I was getting? I was getting this like devilish energy almost of things or people or situations that are actually restricting your ability to bring in the harmony of beauty and cultivate beauty the way you want to in your life. Again, especially in terms of partnership. And I feel like those energies are being represented by the 5 of Swords. Those people, those energies, those situations, those circumstances where it's very much like power dynamics, black and white, a little bit of lower vibration, which is not a bad thing. It just is what it is. But this is you evaluating that with the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands of like, okay, this cannot be, this cannot stand, this cannot go. Some of you are observing this energy within yourself, your own 5 of Swords energy, which to me says ego. And then to have judgment with death in the Tower, I mean, that also screams major ego death as well. So some of you are observing this within yourself, recognizing this change is happening. Some of you, it's in the form of an awakening. But mostly I feel like you're observing it outside of yourself, and then you move into the Temperance energy, which is also represented very much so by your herbal astrology card. Balance, harmony, resolution, in a divine order way. They said divine order in a way of divine order. So Cappies, it just seems like a massive realignment is happening here, but it just feels like you're doing it through communing with self and spirit and getting very, very deep in your soul with it. Okay, and being very honest with yourself about it. I mean, literally half your cards are majors, and they're the big majors. Judgment, death, Tower, Temperance. Those are big fat majors. Some of them, like, they're all big because they're majors, but so you know, some carry a little bit more heft than others, especially when you're talking about like soul development and consciousness, right? So good luck to you, Cappies. Let's go ahead and move on to Aqua. Wow. Okay. I always got a little sippy sip. Hold on. Aquarius. Getting strong dragon energy with you. That was like out of nowhere. Very strong dragon energy with you. I'm also getting a lot of fire. Almost like a purification by fire. Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. You might be working with the elements of water and fire. We do have some Sag energy going on. Reishi, retreat. Okay, some of you guys might be working with mushrooms. Maybe you like your mushroom tea coffee in the morning. But you have reishi mushrooms here. Very, very healthy. You know what? I'm just going to read all of these to you guys. I didn't for Aries. Aries, sorry, Sag. Whoa, I didn't for Sag. But yeah, let's read them because they're fun. But I just want to intuitively interpret this for you guys, and then we'll get into it. Okay. Yeah, it's like I'm getting Temperance, Hermit, Hanged Man, and expansion. Yeah, Aquas, I feel like I'm speaking to Aquas for this week where you might actually benefit from really just being alone. Honestly, from being alone, from going within. Oh, thank you. They're bringing up Venus opposing Chiron. There's something about this week, Aquas, that could be very triggering for you or bring up some really old stuff that hasn't fully been cleared yet. And it's almost like, and I feel TLC with this too. It's like being gentle with yourself and taking time alone to really be within, to like acknowledge what this is and have it be burned away is how it's coming through. Have it be burned away, and so you can expand. You can actually grow through this moment. That's what this is feeling like. That's what this is feeling like. And with Venus opposing Chiron, that's Aries Libra energy, and you're Aqua. You're naturally trine Libra, and you're naturally sextile Sag. So that's only going to benefit you, even if it is an opposition, and even if it is with Chiron and all these like, old trauma triggery sort of stuff, right? But yeah, that's what I'm getting. Some of you guys are also facing the shadow here with that dragon energy. Some of you, that dragon is your own dragon energy. And recognizing that maybe there's a part of your dragon, part of your shadow that hasn't been really seen yet. And since it hasn't been seen, it's been untamed and has maybe been a little destructive, and maybe like reining that in a little bit. Some of you guys, I'm getting that. But Reishi, let's go ahead and read that to you guys. Book. It's like, book, where you be? Okay. All right. 27. There it is. Retreat, recovery, meditation, hibernation, spiritual contemplation, replenishment of the spirit. Pause. It's time for renewal. If you feel overwhelmed or mentally overloaded, it's time to retreat. Take the time to recuperate and recharge, and personal growth will follow. Overstimulation and indecision lead to a sense of weakness, imprisonment, and a feeling that you are evading death. Like bear, hibernate or rest before you take on the next project or challenge. Many Native American tribes have called this space of inner contemplation the Dream Lodge, a place to witness death and see beyond the confines of physical reality by visiting the dream time. Create the space to be in silence and calm the internet chatter. Reflection is key to the path of self-mastery. Self-mastery, I felt that dragon energy come up again. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you, Aqua. I'm getting a frustrated energy with you. I think if you guys are struggling with frustration, I think that you should take that as an indication, a sign that you need to sit with that. Okay? Especially if you don't know why you're frustrated or easily frustrated. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? November 20th to the 26th for Aquarius. I'm sorry. Sorry, Aqua. Sorry. Interesting, though, that Sag came up. I mean, again, we are moving into Sag season this week. Aqua. For Aquarius. They're giving me dogs. There could be a big family theme going on for you this week. Dogs also represent loyalty, devotion. I usually associate dogs with 10 of Cups energy, just to give reference. One more for Aquarius. Two of Wands being pulled one way and another. I feel a tug of war with that. It's interesting because the Two of Wands can be a crossroads energy and it can be about making certain decisions, right? But I literally feel a tug of war going on here with you in this Two of Wands energy. Like you're trying to move a certain direction or you're trying to do certain things and the one that you're not looking at is like, what are you doing? Hello? There's stuff going on over here. And I'm hearing, it's interesting, I'm hearing unfinished business. Interesting, Aqua. I'm hearing unfinished business very specifically with that. Yeah, Aqua, it's like you're trying to do things, you're trying to make plans, you're trying to like almost have like a go, very like Sag energy actually with you. And it's like you're ignoring something. That's how this is coming through. You're ignoring something and it's unfinished. It's not, it needs closure. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be seen. It needs to be recognized. That's what I'm seeing here. Some of you are literally feeling torn between two physical places or two physical people. Like there's very much a physicality about this card for you. Like you're doing all these things that you have your hand on, but there's something unfinished that requires your action, your physical energy. This is interesting, Aqua. I think you'll know what this is for you. And I think if you take a pause, you'll know what it is. Because it feels like something you're avoiding. Honestly, it feels like something you're avoiding dealing with or avoiding wrapping up, avoiding taking action on. And very specifically, they're saying it's about the physical action that's required of you. You're doing all these other things, but you can't really do all of this until this is taken care of. That's how, yeah, thank you. That's how it's coming through. You can't do any of this until that's taken care of. And I think it's going to be very evident this week, especially if you allow yourself to take time. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? What to do? What to do, Aqua? Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Where to put your energy? And it's interesting, too, that it's coming through as the Eight of Wands, right? Because Eight of Wands, I feel like so far, every time it's come out, it's felt very much about freedom. And it is Sag. The Eight of Wands is Sag energy. I think it's Mercury Sag, but I could be mistaken, which Mercury is in Sagittarius right now. But yeah, it's like... it is this feeling of freedom, and I feel like what you have your hands on right now, your focus on right now, I think you've been feeling like that is your Eight of Wands, but it's almost like you can't fully do it or fully experience it because something needs to be dealt with. That's how it keeps coming through. That's why you have the Seven of Pentacles here, because you're evaluating things, you're taking stock of things, and as you should. Anything else for Aquarius this week? Anything else for Aquarius this week? I'm hearing overstimulated. Some of you guys have been overstimulating yourself and not realizing it. Anything else for Aquarius? Look, laying down the Two of Wands, Ace of Swords. Truth. Ace of Swords is my truth card. Undeniable truth, undeniable realization, undeniable truth in the way someone's communicating, but it's truth. It's truth. You got to address this other wand. It doesn't mean you have to like only choose this one, but it's definitely, it just is screaming at me. This is not a traditional meaning of the Two of Wands. It's just like literally what I'm intuiting for you. There is something you need to do and finish and deal with and close out before you can go into that, before you can fully be in this Eight of Wands energy. And you know it. You know it. You know it. Let's see what else wants to come out for you. Anything else for Aquarius? Okay, interesting. Anything else for Aquarius? We have some cards out here, but I want to get other cards out first and then we'll get into it. But there's this feeling, interesting. There's this feeling of paying dues. It's a feeling. So, clarifying the Ace of Swords that's attached to the Two of Wands, we have Six of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. Remember, you're evaluating things at the 7, and this is you being very clear on what needs to happen here, which I think will only happen if you take the time to like really sit and evaluate things, right? And what's become clear to you is the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. There, I keep getting this feeling of paying dues. Paying your dues to something. Again, finishing something out. That you go from the 7 of evaluating things to taking action with the 8 and then moving directly into the 10. 8 and the 10, there's a Two of Pentacles here. Decisions. Decisions, 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 and a lot of work and a lot of effort to get to the 10 to really finish something, to really complete something, solidify. Thank you. To really solidify something. It's almost like with that, for an example, with this Two of Wands energy, it's almost like you started making big plans that were contingent upon having certain things already done or certain things already in place that are just super stable, and it's almost like you missed one. And it's like, oh shit, I really do need to do that before I can move on to the bigger project, right? It's got that kind of feel. Like, oh, that's going to be essential to actually me being successful in this. That's that kind of feel. It's unfinished and you need to kind of go back. Yeah, you got to go back. You got to go back and finish this. You got to go back and just get it from the 8 to the 10. Just complete it. Just complete it, okay? Some of you, this is family stuff, but some of you, this is money stuff, project stuff. It just feels like solidifying something that you're going to need to stand on, whatever it is that you've been trying to go, okay? And it almost feels like for a lot of you too, that to do this also means you're going to be getting some wisdom, some knowledge, resources, tools that you wouldn't have otherwise, that again are required for whatever it is you're trying to do and wherever it is you're trying to go. Okay, it's akin to do like, you know, setting up a business but not getting all the licenses. Like it's kind of akin to that. Okay, and you know it. Some of you, I can almost feel a disappointment, but also it's almost like a sigh of relief too, though, because it's this knowing of, oh, I really just have to do this one thing and then poof, I'm good to go. Yeah. Overall, we have the sun. Ooh. And the moon. Ooh, I got chills. Woo. Talk about balance. The sun and the moon. The external and the internal. The masculine and the feminine. I feel like this is also pertaining to being illuminated to what you were not illuminated to before, right? Like thinking I'm good to go, I'm onto this, I'm onto that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then what was illuminated was that wand that you weren't looking at, that was buried and not in your awareness. That was buried and not in your awareness. For those of you where this is also about like cleaning out an old trauma or an old wound, I feel like it has to do with money, to be honest. Like money and family, or what you learned from family when it comes to money. And then there's like a paying dues sort of a situation, like having to show up or something. Yeah, it's interesting. Almost like some of you maybe have been resisting showing up for a certain person or a certain group of people or family or within a job situation, and realizing, oh, I do need to like actually keep showing up in this way just for like a month, or just for like 2 months, or just for a little while, and then I'm scot-free. It's got that energy too, because like it's gonna give you like a certain like stipulated sum or just a certain sense of security. Um, or you're just going to learn what you need to learn for whatever it is that where you're going. But this is you becoming illuminated to that. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Underneath that, we have the Eight of Swords, the Empress, and the Seven of Swords. How not addressing this one thing that hasn't been taken care of, this one due that hasn't been paid, totally going to be sabotaging you if you don't do it. And you know it. It's just that whole feeling of, I just haven't crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's. It's that feeling of, I just haven't taken all the courses. I just haven't learned that final thing, or gained that last skill, or gained that last like bit of resource. It's like, it's that. But you're only going to know that if you stop. If you stop, if you slow down and you get into the Seven of Pentacles energy, you're going to realize it. And you're going to be so happy you did. Seriously, you're going to be so happy you did. It's like, especially with underneath these, right? To have the Eight of Swords, the Empress, and the Seven of Swords, that is sabotaging the self due to your own ignorance, due to your own blindness, even arrogance for some of you. Just got to call a spade a spade. So handle it, okay? You guys got a long reading. We got a lot of other signs to do today. All right. We're going to do Pisces next. Okay. Okay. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces? You feeling blue, Pisces? Are you feeling blue this week? November 20th to the 26th. I do. I feel a little like bluesy blues kind of energy with you. Pisces. Pisces. It's kind of like just solemn. It's just like, it's very Eeyore. It's very Eeyore energy, like, is what I'm getting with you. It could be because of the people you're around this week. It could just be due to like things you have to do, and you're just like, like, something's just got you a little down, Pisces. Do you feel like you're missing out on stuff? It has this like very, like a little bit of a sad feeling of like either feeling left out, or people not like giving you credit, or not recognizing you, not honoring you, not supporting you. It's got a little bit of a lonely feeling. Saturn is in your sign. Saturn is in Pisces. And with it being square the sun, it can bring up energies like that for some people, right? Any messages or insights for Pisces? This might be a hard week for my water signs. Sorry, just gotta throw it out there. It might be a hard week for my water signs. Probably Pisces the most. Yarrow with Harmony. I actually want to get two for you. Can I get one more? Oh, you guys got two more. Ooh, yeah. Mugwort, Psychic Healing, and Bobensana with Trust. It's going to make me crazy. Oh, Pisces. So first of all, The last two cards you got were both Moon and Neptune associated herbs. And again, Mugwort and Bovensana with trust and with psychic healing. I just feel such a sadness here. Your first one being just straight up Venus with Yarrow. Pisces, I can't shake this feeling of just being very sad when it comes to the people in your life and just feeling not seen, not recognized, not held, not supported, and feeling alone. Like, that's honestly what I'm feeling with you, feeling alone. Some of you could have been feeling cut off from spirit recently. I'm also seeing that. I'm definitely getting that. I think that's going to shift, though. I feel like that's going to shift. Trust that even when we go through the dark or when we're in an ebb, we always come back to the light and come back to flow. It's just the nature of things. It's the cycle of things. It's like, God, I almost want to cry. Yeah, it's just the nature of things. It's the cycle of things. I do want to read these to you because I've been reading them to the signs, and it's just nice to. Let's see here. Equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourished psychic shield, divinatory empathy, and sensitivity. If you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries to regain balance. Sorry, I gotta stop here for a second. I'm definitely feeling this feeling of being taken advantage of or being taken for granted. If you got a lot of people telling you what to do this week, asking you to show up and do this, that, or the other, if you're feeling this bluesy, I would not do it. I would be like, look, I need me time. I need to be alone. But again, I'm also feeling this whole people don't support me. They don't hold me. They don't care about me. And maybe it requires just a very honest conversation. But yeah, I'm feeling that energy of oh, I gotta show up for people and do this, that, and the other. And it's like, do you though? Just saying, do you though? Anyway. Use your empathic abilities as grounding cords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic shield and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron, move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. So people asking you to do shit and it's it's making you feel bad. I wouldn't be doing it. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Let's go to Mugwort. Dream work. The liminal space, in transition, other realities, clairvoyance, and foresight. Artemis, the moon goddess, and her wise white owl meet you as you enter the liminal space between one life phase and the next. Your channel is wide open. She is instructing you on how to draw upon your psychic powers to pass through this test within the realms of shadow. You are not lost. Oftentimes, the greatest clarity dawns after the darkest hours. Owl medicine asks you to use the powers of keen sight to observe and intuit aspects of your life that may still lay in darkness. Confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. Eradicate destructive forces. Pay attention to the signs and omens that appear as you navigate the labyrinth of the subterranean forest. I'm getting just so much disappointment. This is a good card. It's a really beautiful card. If any of you have the Isis Oracle, I would definitely look at the healing process for the Pyramid of Light. I think that would really, really help you during this time if you're resonating with everything that I'm saying. Okay. But I keep getting this disappointment in people. Disappointment in people. Disappointment in people. Some of you are having this experience where people are not who you thought they were. And that's making you sad. Or you thought people saw you and they didn't. They don't. And that's making you sad. Self-love, heart retrieval, ultimate state of receivership, gratitude, receptivity, and compassion. Bovensana's bright and pink flowers bathe the energy body with the softness of light, awakening the inner pathways to unconditional self-love. Bovensana reminds us that love is the highest state of receivership, reminding us not to forget the necessary power of self-love. Bovensana assists us in rediscovering forgotten places within ourselves, retrieving fragments of our heart, seeking healing. Ask yourself, where in my heart's memory can I bring wholeness to? Bobinson medicine is like that of whales and hummingbirds, the joyous record keepers of the sacred that assist us in accessing the reservoirs of the cosmic heart. Serenita is reminding you to pay close attention to the messages encoded in dreams, synchronicities, and symbols that surround you right now. Through those doorways, you can further explore the great mystery of your heart's desire. Pisces, I keep getting pulled to relationships here for you. Though they've just been very disappointing, very disheartening. And I feel like this is you really going back within the self to do some healing around this, but also to expand your own awareness and your own consciousness to see it differently. And to also see that maybe there could be some of your own stuff that could be creating these circumstances or adding to these circumstances and the unpleasantness of these circumstances. Okay, let's pull some cards for you. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Any messages or insights for Pisces? One more. Okay. Pisces. Page of Pentacles, my card. This is my card of friendship. It's also a card of loyalty and devotion and trust. It could also be about making plans. I feel like it's about friendship. Friendship and trust. Any messages or insights? Thank you. Oh. Wow. Now I'm hearing dreams. Page of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I feel like Pisces, you've been trying to maintain a sense of faith in a certain dream. Trust in a certain dream. It's interesting it's all around Pentacles, though. Because with Pentacles, that's a dream about security, stability, confidence, loyalty, devotion, practicality, but predictability, safety. This is something I feel like you've been longing for in your relationships. This is what you've been wanting from people. You've been wanting this sense of devotion, the sense of, oh, Pisces, interesting. So we're about to get into some distorted stuff here. Some of you have been having this dream of wanting people or a person to take care of you. There's nothing wrong with that. But where I feel distortion is a little bit of like, I want to be taken care of. And it's a lot of fixation on like what you want from them. This ain't going to be for everybody. This could also be for someone you're dealing with or someone you know. And I just got to call a spade a spade. I just got to call out what I see and what I feel and what I'm picking up on and what they're telling me, right? But this feels like a very lifelong dream, desire, want, craving even, of stability and being taken care of. Maybe you didn't have that at all in your life as a child. We do have the page to the king that I feel like I'm looking at a lifetime right now for you. And maybe that's why you've wanted it so much in your relationships, because you never had it. But that's what I'm feeling. You wanted to be taken care of. You want a caretaker in your life. And again, I feel like maybe because you were lacking that. Okay. But again, nothing wrong with it to an extent. Is it really the responsibility of another person to take care of you? Right? Let's get deeper into this. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Interesting. Seven of Wands coming out here. Seven of Wands is wanting to stand up for the self, It's a bit of a fight energy. It also speaks to confidence and bravery. I feel like I want to put the Seven of Wands on the Six of Cups. I feel resistance here. I almost feel like you're blocking out the Six of Cups energy. Almost like you're blocking out how your past plays into your present in terms of how you experience people or how people experience you when it comes to who's taking care of who. In practical ways, financial ways, again, in like stability kind of ways. Even when it comes to just the concept of trust with people or the concept of trust with people with you. Yeah, I feel like you're literally blocking out the Six of Cups. Like not seeing the connection, not seeing the pattern. Ooh, interesting. So these came out reversed. Judgment and Two of Cups in reverse on that Seven of Wands energy. Again, it's like your past is playing a huge key here, Pisces. Your past, your patterns, your own karmic energy, maybe even past lives, family stuff, playing a huge role here. And I gotta be honest, I'm getting a little bit of blame game. I'm getting a little bit of like, people don't show up the way I need them to. And I can feel it really hurting you. I can feel it like hurting your heart. But the way you want them to show up might not be realistic. Also might not be appropriate is honestly what I'm getting here. Because I feel like it's coming from almost like your inner child. Like a very neglected inner child. Again, doesn't have to be true. It could be someone you're dealing with. Again, this might not be your reading, but that's what I'm getting here. Stomach's doing all kinds of weird things here. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? This could also be going on between a parent-child situation or between two people where there's a very big age gap or just life experience gap, and that can create this kind of imbalance, right? Because whoever the page is, right, if this is your situation, whoever the page is might really have a lot of those feelings of like, aren't you supposed to take care of me? Like kind of a feeling. But again, take it as it resonates because that's not for everybody. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Overall, we have Ten of Swords. Interesting with the King of Wands. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. And where things went wrong. Tower with the 10 of Pentacles. 2 tens, Pisces. 2 tens. Yeah, again, this is you evaluating where things went wrong. Why the 10 of Pentacles could not be maintained. The 7 and the 10 imply that there's a 3 of Pentacles here. Which 3 of Pentacles to me is collaboration. It's like it's teamwork energy. It's also a repair kind of energy. But again, bringing in that notion of other people, right? Or another person. I keep feeling like you're blaming them. I gotta be honest here, Pisces. And I'm not saying, hey, and maybe there's some fucked up things that happen. Maybe there are some things that happen with people. And this is a pattern. This is not, I feel like this is not just one person. I feel like this is a lifetime, Pisces. But I feel like you're fixating on one person in particular right now. Within all of this pattern, it's like this feeling of betrayal, this feeling of hurt, this feeling of pain, this feeling of why do things blow up? Why can't people show up for me? Why can't people do this? Why can't people see me? Why can't people support me? And I gotta ask, Pisces, is it because maybe what you're asking or how you're approaching it maybe is not balanced or rooted in that 6 of Cups, in patterns, family shit, your inner child, a neglected inner child at that, right? Oh, sorry, Pisces. I know that was probably not the reading you wanted. But let's move on to Aries. Okay. Aries, Aries, Aries. Woo, let's see what's going on for you this week. Ooh, I feel my solar. Feel my solar, my sacral with you. Making me hot, Aries. What's going on for Aries for November 20th to the 26th? For Aries. I feel like you're wielding a sword this week, and normally when I get that, it's about communication. It's about all the air energy. It's about communication and discernment and acting on your truth, acting on your wisdom, acting on what you know, or acting on even just communicating something that needs to happen. But usually a sword is about cutting away or even forging. So you're just in action mode, Aries, this week. You are in action mode. Any messages or insights for Aries, November 20th and 26th? For Aries. Let's see. Interesting, we have cannabis with detachment for you, Aries, that has Saturn and Neptunian influences here. Ooh, I do feel like you're cutting away. They keep showing me the sword. 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 You could have Archangel Michael connections as well. Sometimes that really represents Archangel Michael for me. But I just feel cut away, cut away, cut away, cut away, cut away. I want to say be realistic though, Aries. I want to say be realistic. I want to say don't cut away by avoiding. Cut away using action, intention, direct. That's your bread and butter anyway. Yeah, I want to say don't avoid. Let's go ahead and read this one. I mean, we all know cannabis, but you know, again, want to read. Detachment, deep contemplation, freedom from pain body, inner calm, and immunity. Saturn is said to be the lord of time and space, the lord of karma. Although often called the Great Malefic, Saturn is much more than what we experience in third-dimensional reality. The space-time continuum is a system that encompasses third-dimensional reality as we know it, said to be ruled by Saturn. Yet the transcendence of this reality is freedom from Saturn, depicted by its polarity Neptune. When the angels of time and space are respected, Saturn, they bless us with the freedom and ability to transcend Neptune, the cycles of the pain body. If you feel restless, anxious, trapped in your own body, or having trouble sleeping, cannabis is here to remind you to cultivate your inner calm. Breathe deeply, go for a walk in nature, immerse yourself in meditation. Take naps and creatively cultivate practices that soften the unsettled aspects of your being. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Tune deeply into the energetics of this ancient ally and learn to transcend the cycles of self-induced pain. Again, I feel like your focus this week is to cut away some bullshit. Like literally they keep showing me the sword and doing it with truth, doing it with intention, doing it with direct energy. That's what I feel with you. That is you. That is Aries energy. I keep getting this feeling of like, do not avoid. Do not avoid, do not evade. And it's interesting too with cannabis because cannabis can really help us a lot. Like to really deal with if we're having a lot of issues really being in the body or having a lot of pain being in the body, like it's just too hard of an experience, cannabis can help us with that to kind of like come back slowly in that way. I feel like it's really good with people who have like just really, really deep trauma or really, really bad anxiety. And if that's the case, then by all means, right? But I do feel too that it is easy to abuse cannabis in a way where you do disassociate and you do just avoid and ignore. So fine line to walk there. But yeah, I feel like this is a message to not evade and to be direct. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. Any messages or insights for the Aries? Any messages or insights for Aries? They're showing me a boat. Sometimes when they show me a boat, they're showing me that it's out on water. I associate that with Ten of Swords energy, like endings, right? Moving on to the next place, in transition, if you will. Ooh, are you needing to cause an ending, Aries? I feel like you are. Any messages or insights for Aries from the 20th to the 26th of November? Yeah, it feels like something's over, Aries. Taking that? No. Any mess? Thank y'all. Wow, sorry, I don't mean to shake the camera so much. 9 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. This is you using that sword. I knew we were going to have an air card for you because I was seeing it and feeling it so clearly. This is you using that sword of truth, of discernment, of knowledge, of communication, so you can be happy. So you can be happy. Also, if any of you have been overindulging, because sometimes the 9 of Cups can speak to that too. If any of you have been overindulging, numbing even, you're getting really real with yourself about it, and you're cutting that out of your life. Okay. And honestly too, so I've been working on some astrology projects in the background. Almost done with them. It'll be cool. You'll see. You'll see. Anyway. Coming up next year, we're going to have Jupiter square Saturn twice next year. After it sextile Saturn, let me back up. Jupiter will be sextile Saturn in the beginning of 2024. And then later on in 2024, after we go through the spring equinox and after Jupiter moves into Gemini, Jupiter will be square Saturn twice. And if you're going to choose next year to deal with any addictions or like breaking bad habits, it's going to be a rough year to do that. I'm just going to be very honest with you about it. Because Jupiter square Saturn doesn't play well with people who are trying to break these bad habits, especially when you're talking about Gemini and Pisces. These mutable, fast energies, air and water. It might put you in a place where you really have to be like super hardcore alone and almost make it like a sole focus to deal with it. So just a little disclaimer, if you're dealing with any bad habits you want to get rid of, do it now, okay? Don't wait till you're deep into 2024. But I do feel that for some of you, just breaking bad habits, breaking things that are numbing indulgences or contribute to disassociations, so you can actually choose true 9 of Cups. It's the polarity of the 9 of Cups, right? On one end of the polarity of the 9 of Cups, it's wish fulfillment, it's happiness, it's joy, it's bliss within the self, feeling good and all self-loving and all that good stuff. And on the far end of the spectrum of that, it's going overboard with intoxication or loving on yourself in a way where it's literally just bad for you and you're not in moderation. This is you getting very real about that and using your sword to do that. Anything else for Aries? Interesting. 3 of Cups. Yeah, see, Aries, this is fascinating to me because got a lot of people around you in this, and a lot of like party indulgent energy too. Both of those energies speak to party. The 9 and the 3 also implies 6 of Cups. Patterns, fast, karmic energy, soul energy. Also got karmic energy wrapped up in the cannabis card here. But again, this is you being very discerning on who is in your life, what you're doing as far as this like feel good stuff, this numbing stuff, this intoxication stuff, and getting very real on what needs to go and who needs to go. Okay? Anything else for Aries? I heard be precise with the cut, Aries. Be precise with the cut. Yep. And then on the Queen of Swords, 6 of Swords. Moving on into more peaceful situations. Moving on into, actually, I'm starting to look at the 6 of Swords as moving into a whole different reality. Because it literally is, you're in a boat on water going from point A to point B. This is shifting realities and your perception of reality. And you're doing it using your sword, using your truth. Overall, we got 5 of Wands. Fight, conflict, tension. People might not respond so well to you in this, but also I feel like if you don't do something, you're going to invite more of this kind of just difficult energy of suffering and struggle into your life. And I think you know it. Yeah, I think you know it. Then we have the 8 of Wands, the card of freedom for the week, and then the Fool, even more freedom. It's time, Aries. It's time to use your sword to cut it away. Cut it all away. Don't avoid, don't evade, don't disassociate. Be direct and be precise with your cut when it comes to these energies. Okay? It's time. Getting a bit of a Ten of Swords energy there. It's time. Let's move on to Taurus. Oh my God, I've got like the worst bug bites right now. Okay. Okay. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Any messages or insights for Taurus? Purification. So very similar to your neighbor Aries. Purification. Something's got to go. Taurus, something's got to go. Mars and Pluto energy at that. This is very much a not a quiet purification. This is very much a like, let's get this shit gone and done sort of energy. Okay. Let's go ahead and read this guy. And then we'll get into the cards here. Oh, sorry, I keep shaking the camera. Rewriting the story, connecting to heritage, belonging, worthiness, safety, connecting to your origins, DNA purification. Cat's Claw powerfully protects our sacred essence, our blood, and our DNA. Like the Black Panther, it is regarded as one of the mighty protectors of the sacred ways of the forest. Cat's Claw is here today to help remove blockages, wounding, or trauma. Energetically, Cat's Claw clears ancestral trauma, deeply assisting our healing as we rewrite our story. Like the energy of Black Panther, it roams through darkness with courage and curiosity to assist us in accessing the hidden light of truth. This is a reminder to take this time to befriend the silence of the dark void. Channel the gifts that your ancestors have provided. Know that your path is loved and supported by life. Yeah, it has a very just like strong, almost Leo-like, let's go in and let's get this shit ready. Like, it kind of has that feeling to it, Taurus. Can't talk, sorry. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. Headstrong, I just heard headstrong. Taurus, any messages or insights for Taurus? Any messages or insights for Taurus? Any messages or insights for Taurus? One more. Taurus. They're showing me your form. The form of the bull. Makes sense for the headstrong message too. Taurus. Yeah, this feels like facing something head on. like very strongly head on. Oh yeah, whoa, there it is, 7 of Wands in your face. There you are, being headstrong, being brave, being confident, standing up, facing things, not backing down. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Whoa, and you're fighting for the Ace of Pentacles. That's what you're fighting for. That's what you're fighting for. And I want to say it's a new experience of stability, a new experience of abundance. A new experience of abundance. You're fighting for the shift of it, to shift into this energy, to shift into this experience by facing head on what is getting in the way of that, or anyone who's getting in the way of that. Let's see what else we got for you. This might be very fast reading, Taurus, because it's very, very just straight to the point. Anything else for Taurus? Should have called it. I knew the star card was going to come out. 7 of Wands and the star. You're fighting for your dream. You're fighting for what you want. You're fighting for your best life. It's very clear. Taurus, you got a goal in mind. You have a dream in mind, and you're just gonna do what you got to do. You're gonna face what you need to face. You're gonna have the talks you need to have. You're gonna break down the walls you need to break down to make it happen. It just is what it is. Any other messages or insights for Taurus? Am I taking this? Yes. Interesting. 6 of Cups coming out. 6 of Cups has been coming out for everybody here. I want to say the 6 of Cups is acting as almost like an anchor. An anchor to this dream. Thank you. An anchor to this dream. This is something your soul has been wanting for a long time. You in this incarnation, maybe even in other incarnations, has been wanting for a long time. It feels like your purpose. It feels like even some of you, it's even your mission. It just feels big and it feels very clear. The clarity of what this is has probably been very recent, and it's put you into do mode. It's put you into fight mode to, again, break down the walls that need broken down, have the conversations that need to be had, do what needs to be done to make sure it freaking happens. Not take a no for an answer. Overall, we got the 10 of Cups. Happiness, family, tribe, living your best life. Underneath that, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, making it happen, getting everything together that needs to be brought together to make it happen, to make the dream a reality. You're not fucking around here, Taurus. It's so clear. It's just super clear. Very masculine, very strong masculine energy there. Let's go ahead, move on to Gemini. Taurus, I know your reading was short, but it was just clear cut. Okay. Okay, Gemmy Gems. Let me actually take a minute. We're about halfway. Gemini, aren't you excited for Jupiter moving to your sign next year? Just saying, just doing a little chit chat. All right, let's do it, Gemini. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? They're showing me books. Show me books. Usually an indication of knowledge. They're saying hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom is coming out. Coming out, you're finding it. Some of you are finding it and sharing it. Some of you are just finally accessing it for yourself. But I keep getting this hidden feeling about it. Hidden information, hidden knowledge. You're becoming privy to it, whatever you decide to do with it. Gemini. Any messages or insights for Gemini? Ooh. My heart just went a flutter, like almost like I had butterflies or something. Something could be exciting you. It feels giddy though. It almost feels like the rush of hormones that you get when like you meet someone, you're like, ooh, right? Interesting. So some of you guys could be experiencing that, but it's like I was so focused on this hidden knowledge energy with you, and suddenly this very like child giddiness came up out of nowhere, like out of nowhere, almost like you're busy doing your Gemini student thing, And then, woo, something catches you off guard in an exciting way. Any messages or insights for Gemini for November 20th to the 26th? For November 20th to the 26th. I don't know why I'm getting hospital. That's very strange. I don't want you to get scared. I just think I'm just picking up on someone's like concern over someone. I want to say there's nothing to worry about, but it's just a fleeting thing I'm feeling for somebody who's watching. So don't worry about it. Coming back to the main message for Gemini. Metamorphosis. Woo! Metamorphosis. Pau Duarco. With Moon and Pluto energy as well. Yeah, Gemini, there's this feeling of you're minding your business, doing what you always do, and then just boom. Like something hits you out of nowhere, you meet someone out of nowhere, and it's just like boom. That's honestly what I'm getting. Some of you, this is like a spontaneous awakening almost, is kind of the feeling of it. It's just a shock, it's a surprise, but it lights you up, it electrifies you. There's also this feeling too of how much it may shift the course of your life or what you're doing. This, honestly, I'm getting like fated meeting for a lot of you. A fated meeting, or just like you're literally doing what you're doing, and then just like an epiphany that's related to some sort of hidden wisdom or knowledge, and it's like, whoa, what can I do with this? It's just like some sort of big surprise comes in for you this week, Gemini, and it causes a major shift within you or in your life. That's what I'm getting. But let's go ahead and read this. Discovery through darkness, transcendence of the known, unearthing fear, non-conformity, breaking cycles. La Pacho is one of the great protectors of the sacred, and she is welcoming you in. Archetypally, Pau D'Arco embodies one of the faces of the dark goddess in her mighty splendor. The dark goddess is multifaceted, challenging belief systems, frailties, weaknesses, and testing our strength. Like Pluto, La Pacho demands you rebel against the ignorance of the old self and learned paradigms that inhibit the splendors of your self-expression. Her mighty darkness provides the tools to rebuild ourselves anew, triggering instant metamorphosis. Don't fear the unknown nature of mystery. The cosmic womb in its darkness births all hidden potentials into existence. Trust and step in. You're being guided. Strap yourself in, Gemini. You're going for a ride this week. Any messages or insights for Gemini for this week? Oh, my heart. It's that fluttery feeling. It's just like, like, whoa, okay. It just feels like someone's unlocked you, is what it feels like. It feels like interesting. I meant to say something and someone came out. Yeah, for some of you, this is like a person doing this, catalyzing you or catalyzing something along your journey, breaking something within your reality, your thought forms, your belief systems. Some of you, it's just literally stumbling upon information or being in a certain moment and just boom, it just hits you out of nowhere. Any messages or insights for Gemini for this week? Any messages or insights for Gemini for this week? Okay. Whoa. Am I taking these? Am I taking these? Yes. Okay. We have Justice as your first card. 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands, whoa, 3 of Cups, and the Death card. Something about this feels like the shock. But Justice is your first card, which tells me it's the right thing. It's moving things into alignment. Long awaited is also what I'm hearing too, Gemini. long awaited. This feels like a meeting. I can't shake it. 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. There's a 2 of Wands energy there, which usually indicates like decision making, being at a crossroads, feeling kind of stuck. 3 of Cups and Death. That 3 of Cups to me feels like a reunion of some kind, a rejoicing of some kind. I can't shake the feeling of a meeting, an encounter. I want to say encounter. Like this encounter happens with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Wands, and then boom, Death card. Changes you, changes your path, changes your way of thinking. But before that happens, you're at the 10 of Wands. Like something was like straining anyway, something was weighing you down anyway. And this happening moves things into alignment for you. And I keep feeling like it's something you've been waiting for. The 3 of Cups could imply that it's like a friendship or some sort of group that you're coming across or meeting or having an encounter with. Doesn't have to be one person, but I can't shake the feeling of encounter. Encounter is the key word here, Gemini. Encounter. Some of y'all, this could even be encounters with galactic beings or angels, right? Or non-physical beings. Doesn't have to be physical. And then boom, it changes you. It changes you. Any other messages or insights for Gemini? Any other messages or insights for my Geminis pertaining to the spread for the 20th to the 26th? We have Queen of Wands energy coming out here for you, Gemini. This feels like your energy. Yeah. Oh, my mouth just got itchy. That's weird. This is Aries energy, which we do have a lot of during this time because Chiron's in Aries and it's being activated by Venus in an opposition, and the moon will be in Aries too during midweek. But anyway, coming back, Gemini, here you are as the Queen of Wands energy. Something is ignited within you. It's like you feel inspired. You feel inspired. You feel alive. Can I get anything else from my Geminis for this Queen of Wands energy? And I feel like you're just receiving this whole experience in that Queen energy as well. Like, I don't feel like you're actually doing much. It's just like, boom. Like, you're just doing you. You're just doing you, and then just boom. It's like old energy is suddenly shaken up and just gone. Huh. Whoa. Whoa. We have Magician with the 6 of Wands and the frickin' 5 of Wands. The 6 and the 5 indicate an Ace of Wands, which you are holding here as the Queen. Okay, and here you are in serious magic mode. You're full on in your power, in your magic, in your creative juices, in you just like your spirit is aflame, is how this is coming through to me. And the 6 of Wands, being recognized for that, feeling victorious in that, over the 5, over any kind of struggle that's been happening in your life, Gemini, over the feeling of like, I've just been stuck in this place, or things just have been kind of like meh and not so great, or there's been something going on in your life for a long time and it's just been kind of old and tired and you've been wanting that new energy, and boom, it's coming. It's coming. For some of you, this is actually being recognized over other people. Finally being seen over other people for your talents or for just who you are as a person, and it's just like boom, things just change for you. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. See what other cards want to come out for you, Gemini. Any other messages or insights for Gemini pertaining to this spread? Let's see. 8 of Cups. The 8 always goes to the 10, and it actually landed way over here in the Oracle card I pulled for you. The 8 of Cups, it is Cups, which means that you are leaving behind a lot of old emotions, not just old thoughts and old ways of being, but things that you've been emotionally invested in. The 8 of Cups is not always easy. You're leaving behind big things to move on to the 10. Accomplishment of true happiness. And for some, with other people or with a person. And it feels like it's all as a result of this unexpected encounter or meeting. Overall, we do have the Devil. I feel like that's the 10 of Wands energy too. Yeah, Queen of Swords. 9 of Wands. Yep, boom. Tower with a King of Pentacles. Oh my God, King of Pentacles and Judgment. There's that unexpected energy around a King of Pentacles energy with Judgment being right there. Again, this just feels like an encounter that's happening, but it's happening around 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles energy. Someone who is very grounded and stable within themselves. Someone who also has a lot of wisdom and a lot of life experience behind them as far as navigating the physical reality, material plane, resources, that kind of deal. Preceding that Tower energy, you're here. Gemini, you're here. You're the Devil, the Queen of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. Remember, what is breaking is something that has been old, something that's been weighing you down. And I feel like you've been creating this sense of restriction and even doubt, Gemini. I feel like some of you guys have struggled with your faith in previous months and maybe even this whole year, and you've been kind of tired. And I feel like you're also kind of guarded as well. It's like there's something in your life energetically that just feels dense and old and just like, oh, like kind of like a wall. And then boom, boom, this encounter happens. And I do feel like it's a person. And again, if it's non-physical, it's probably a guide or some sort of being that's going to help you like shift out of this old energy and into the 8 of Cups, into like major magic mode for you. And it changes the course of your life. It changes you. This feels big. This is not going to be for everybody. Okay. But allow it. Allow it to take place. I also feel too a little bit, Gemini, that some of you guys, as a result of this, you're going to see more truth of the people around you and the people in your life. And it's like, whoa, that's who they've been this whole time. Holy crap, how did I not see that before? Some of you guys, I can feel that. Wow, good luck, Gemini, and congratulations. Let's move on to Cancer. Okay, zippy zip. Okay. Cancer. Ooh, energy just got real slow, Cancer. Like things just went ooh, for you. Okay, what's going on with my Cancers? Yeah, the energy just got really, really slow, really soft. Really slow and really soft. The truth is in the moments, is what I'm hearing. The truth is in the moments. The soft moments, the moments, they're just saying in the moments. Whoever needs to hear that. They're showing me lilies. They're showing me white lilies. That usually that's a sign of divinity and even sensuality, but it's a sign of divinity as well. Cancer, if you pay attention this week, and if you have been paying attention in recent past, it's almost like there's been some glaring truth that it's like it's been glaring, but at the same time, it's almost been hard to catch. And I think if you slow down, if you slow yourself down, if you take time to sit, take time to be present, intentional, really just stay grounded and focused, you'll see whatever it is you're needing to see here. They're saying it's in the moments, like in fleeting moments, like, and I'm feeling like seconds. Interesting. These could be signs that you're missing, omens that you're missing, synchronicities that you're missing. It's in the moments. It's in the moments. It's in the moments. It's in the moments. This is going to get interesting. Let's pull cards. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Any messages or insights for Cancer? some of you, this is about seeing someone's pure divinity. They're who they really are. This could be vice versa of people perceiving this with you, or a person in your life perceiving this with you. I want to do this for some reason. It's like, is that, I don't know. Like almost like hard to read someone or hard to gauge someone, but the truth is in the moments. The truth is in the moments. The truth is in the moments. They keep showing me the white lilies. To truly see someone's beauty, their soul, who they really are, it's like they are there, it is present, they're showing it, but it's like catching it in fleeting moments is how it's coming through. And again, this can be vice versa, where like people are doing this with you, or a person's needing to do this with you. It's in the moments. Any messages or insights for Cancer? November 20th to the 26th. Am I taking all these? Is a lot. No, okay. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Let's see here. Psilocybin with commune. Ooh, very, very nice. Let's go ahead and read that one. Oh, they said sit with it. Okay, we'll sit with it. They're like, teach Cancer the presence and the patience. Okay, to take your time. It's all in the moments. Cancer, if you've been seeking something or craving a certain experience, it's been there. It's been happening. Yeah, it's been there. It's been happening. It's been present. But have you been present enough to experience it in the moments? That's how it's coming through. Sun and Pluto association with psilocybin. Let's go ahead and read that one. Communing with the sacred, connecting to otherworldly energy, remote viewing, regeneration through union, coming together with a tribe, finding cosmic family. Los Niños Santos have come to tell you that you have arrived to your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth and offer psychic healing on a collective level. Los Niños Santos are asking you to tune in and commune with the ancestors and powers that be to further develop your power. Psilocybin floods our body with light codes, loosening the knots we volunteered to protect through the journey of life. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into the higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home within, commune with others and experiences that support you. Connect to nature and the extensive community of energies that are lovingly there, awaiting your conscious arrival. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with sure-footed spontaneity. Cancer. Wow. It's in the moments. It's in the moments. It's been happening. That's what they keep saying. It's like, it's been happening. It's been here. It's been present. It's been in the moments. But have you been present, quiet enough to actually, truly be aware of experiencing it? And for some of you, this is more about like physically with people. Have you been present enough with people to experience who they really are and their divinity, and vice versa? Any messages or insights for Cancer? Any messages or insights for Cancer? Any messages or insights for Cancer? Knight of Cups. This is a card of open, vulnerable receptivity of the heart and emotions and exchange with other people as well, because the Knight is a messenger. They don't just talk to themselves, right? The Knight is a messenger from point A to point B, from themselves to another person, or from between two people. They are messengers, but it also is that Piscean energy. It's open, vulnerable, receptive communication and exchange of heart-to-heart exchanges, okay? Have you been present enough to experience this with other people or even with spirit? Have you been in this state enough to be able to do that? Doesn't feel like it. 10 of Wands. So again, Cancer, take this as it resonates, because I feel like it could be for you or someone you're dealing with. And this is a general read. So again, take it as it resonates. But this feels like a Knight of Cups has been burdened. It feels like a Knight of Cups has not been allowed to exchange from a vulnerable place. Like they haven't been able to, like not capable, or they haven't been allowed to. Like they've been like opening and giving, but then it hasn't been received, right? It has that kind of feeling to it. Or literally they've been trying to, and they haven't been like open and vulnerable enough to actually do it. There's this strong desire, Cancer, to really, like, yeah, I just want to say it's a strong, just like, oh, I just want to be deeply vulnerable and authentic and outpouring with self to other people or with other people and connect on that soul level. That's what I'm feeling with the Knight of Cups, whether you're the Knight of Cups or you are not allowing a Knight of Cups to do that with you. Some of you have been really wanting to do this and people just haven't been there to receive it. Some of you, that's also the case. Maybe you don't actually have anyone around you physically right now, right? Any messages or insights for Cancer? November 20th to the 26th. Magician. I feel like you're about to make it happen. The magic has been there. They're saying it's been there. Like, yeah, they're saying it's been there. It's been there. It's been there. It's been there. Whatever this 10 of Wands is, that's just been creating this lack of the experience. Like, it's like a wall. It's like a blockage for some people, and others of you, it's other people's walls, right? It's like the 10 of Wands has been getting in the way of the magic. It's been there. They're showing me the lilies again. It's been there. That experience has been here to be had and to receive, but the 10 of Wands hasn't allowed it. Queen of Cups coming in on the Knight. Like I said, the Knight never stands alone. The Knight is always trying to get to someone, talk to someone, exchange with someone on a cup to cup level. Queen of Cups is the Cancer card. Cup to cup level, heart to heart, soul to soul. That has been the desire. And again, the 10 of Wands has not been allowing it. Your blockages, other people's blockages, the perception that it's not there, closed-minded energy, when really it's been there the whole time in the moments. It's almost like moments that were supposed to be captured or like utilized or acted upon and just weren't seen in what they were or weren't allowed to happen, is how it feels. Any other messages or insights for Cancer? November 20th to the 26th. Oh, that's it. Overall, we got the Chariot, another Cancer card. Not a lot. Wow. Hierophant. Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. I disconnected. Chariot, Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 10 of Cups, the Justice card. These three cards alone together scream like marriage divorce situations. Okay. Ugh, yeah, it just gets like gross after that. But anyway, Chariot with the Four of Pentacles, it just has this feeling of not allowed, 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 is just what it keeps feeling like. Again, whether you're the one who's creating the 10 of Wands or someone else is. But the magic's been there. The divinity's been there. It's up to you to tear down that 10 of Wands. Or not deal with people who have that 10 of Wands energy so you can experience this level of exchange of heart to heart, soul to soul with other people. Especially for those of you where it's like what's on your mind is partnership and marriage. I mean, that's like literally what this screams. The Knight wants to exchange with the Queen to have the Ten of Cups. It's very clear. And they want to act, but the Four of Pentacles, they're being stopped. Ten of Wands, they're being stopped from the magic. Whether they're doing it to themselves, again, or it's other people not being open to this person. Cancer, that's kind of a rough read. That's a rough read. It's not impossible to break down the Ten of Wands. You just have to discern what the Ten of Wands is in your situation if you're resonating with this. Is it you or is it other people? And normally, if we just stay focused on ourselves and work through our own stuff and we align to that experience, the essence of that experience, it'll just happen. So more than likely, Cancer, there's something you can do within your control here to facilitate having these Knight, Queen, Ten of Cups experience that you're looking for. Okay? Okay. Leo. Lions. Lions, lions, lions. How are my lions doing today? Leo, November 20th to the 26th. Leo, I'm hearing apologies. Interesting. I'm hearing apologies. I'm getting the word forgiveness. You could be forgiving yourself. It doesn't have to be forgiving others. Interesting I felt the need to say it like that, though. So some of you guys, that's the case. There's a deep desire to kind of get back to fun. Leo is, I feel like, what's prompting this. Like, getting back to really good times, almost getting back to like Three of Cups energy, like getting back to the party, getting back to like everyone getting along and feeling good and having fun and play. Wanting to get back to that. But it's like, yeah, there's burdens of the heart that need to be dropped in order to facilitate this. Forgiveness, apologies, real, true, authentic talks. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, though. We'll see how that goes. Any messages or insights for my Leos? I'm hearing self-sabotage. I'm also just got pulled back to Cancer. So if you guys watch the Cancer reading or you resonate with Cancer or just, I don't know, Cancer, watch Cancer. Something about your readings, there might be a link there. But yeah, I'm hearing self-sabotage. Any messages or insights for my Leos? Also getting Venus all of a sudden too. You could have Venus Leo or Venus Cancer since Cancer came up, or Venus is in Libra right now, and that could be shaking up your chart in some way, shape, or form. Normally Leo and Libra energy gets along pretty well together, but Venus is shaking up all of us this week since it will be opposing Chiron this week. Okay, but Venus. Yeah, it feels like you want to make right with people. You want to make right with people. You want to have playful, fun, heart-filled, thank you, heart-filled experiences, Leo. Leo. Any messages or insights for Leo? November 20th to the 26th. November 20th to the 26th. We have Dandelion with Wounded Healer and Ayahuasca. Oh, Leo, what kind of week are you in for with Rebirth? Okay. On these two cards with Dandelion, the Wounded Healer, we have Chiron, literally Chiron, and Jupiter. And then Ayahuasca with Rebirth, we have Pluto and Jupiter and Neptune. Big, big, expansive energies here. Some of my Leos who are watching this are mystics. Okay, very, very strong energy there. We also have Sag in the background of Dandelion as well. We have strong Sag energy this week because we're moving into Sag season. Ayahuasca, for those guys who are not familiar with ayahuasca, ayahuasca is a very strong plant medicine that helps with some major, major deep healing. Okay, major deep healing. She is the mother that helps us with that. Not for everybody. I don't recommend ayahuasca for most people, to be honest with you, but that's a whole other video. Anyway, Leo, there's a real coming to terms with the self in terms of being able to do this, and being in terms of making things right with people, making things right in your relationships. But I feel a real big, like, humbling coming to terms with the self to do this, to facilitate this. Okay. It also feels like a big facing karma too. Like consequences of behavior is how it's coming through, but I feel karmic energy around that. I'm gonna go ahead and read these to you. It just feels very like, I see myself now. I see how I have contributed to this, or I see why I had to experience this, and I see what I want. Let me be humble in making peace with this, fixing my reality, taking accountability where I need to take accountability, forgiving myself where I need to forgive myself, forgiving others where I need to forgive, so I can move into that state of happiness and joy. That's what I'm feeling with you. Let's read Dandelion. Wounded healer. Wounds as tools to awakening, healing journey, inner child healing. Dandelion is here to remind you that you can thrive regardless of your circumstances. Take ownership over your wounds. Find gratitude in the lessons. Dive deep into the depths of your origins and use your wounding to further define the purpose and healing you're here to transmit and share with the world. Don't let your pain define your personality, but draw from it for strength and purpose. Like Chiron, you were born from the seeds of higher order and intelligence. Embrace this great healing power you've been given and go beyond the outlined path. Chiron showing up for you big time, Leos. Ayahuasca. Rebirth, mastery, great revelation, discovering of higher self, meeting with the creatrix, divine messenger, gifts from spirit, realization, telepathy, and transcendence. You're mastering the power of awareness when aligning to a higher power. Ayahuasca spirit is here to support your ascension, drawing upon ancient wisdom embedded in your DNA and the earth. Allow yourself to be shattered as you travel through the cosmic womb. Ayahuasca catalyzes purification through the cathartic release of the known, only to reveal undiscovered terrain within your soul. You are one with the magnetic brilliance of Source, the intelligence that orchestrates the great mystery. Feeling lost in the labyrinth only comes when a loss of intentionality or respect happens. Offer your greatest intentions, sacrifice your needs, enter into the void without expectation, and allow yourself to be consumed by the oceanic consciousness. Remember, dear one, that to heal the world, you must heal yourself. You are the source of love. It's taken a lot of accountability and forgiveness of self in order to balance and harmonize with your reality and other people. A lot of accountability happening here, Leo. Ooh, let's pull cards. Any messages or insights from my Leos? November 20th to the 26th. November 20th to the 26th. For Leo, November 20th to the 26th. November 20th to the 26th. One more. For Leo. Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful card to come out, which is pure Jupiter, and both of the cards you had in the Oracle deck are Jupiter energies. Expansion, changing of the winds, if you will. Things are shifting in a new direction here for you. Any other messages or insights for Leos? For Leo. Whoa, okay. Five of Cups. Lovers. Wow, Ten of Wands coming up for a lot of people right now for this week. And the Ten of Wands. This is what you're shifting. There's a little bit of victim story here, Leo. There is a little bit. With the Five of Cups and the Lovers and the Ten of Wands, it's almost like this attaching to grief and loss and suffering and disappointment. But the Lovers, it's interesting too, because like, again, I'm an intuitive reader, so like explicitly this is not what the Lovers means, but I'm picking up like it's literally like representing your soul here. The alignment of self is under the weight of your loss, of the attachment you have to your victim story. Some of you, this is the loss of a person in your life or some sort of very, very deep soul connection, but you're attaching to the story of it. You're attaching to the story of your pain and your loss and a little bit of woe is me. I gotta be honest there. But this is about shifting that. It's about taking accountability for that. Any other messages or insights? Hold on, they want me to talk about the Five of Cups. So I feel like I might have some new people coming on here. Because I'm like, I haven't explained the cards like to this extent in a long time. But anyway, with the Five of Cups, he's looking at the 3, right? And not looking at the 2. Looking at what was, looking at the past, staying focused on the past, attached to the past, attached to what is no longer there, not realizing there are still experiences to be had presently that could aid in joy and allow you to move on from what has been spilt, what has been lost, the victim story, right? Then we have, whoo, there it is. There it freaking is. Leo, you got to let this go. You got to let this go. 7 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. The 5 and the 4 indicated ace that has been lost. I'm hearing promise. Sometimes I see the Ace of Pentacles as promise, the energy of a promise or the promise of tomorrow, like hope and hopeful energy. But 7 of Swords with the 5 of Pentacles, again, that sabotaging energy. 5 of Pentacles is feeling low, feeling that loss, feeling alone, feeling in a rut, scarcity mindset, fear, and you holding on to that shit. Leo, a part of you is holding on real strong to a victim story. And it's time to change it. It's affecting your reality and it's affecting your relationships. And sometimes when we hold on to stories like this, the narratives like this, the energies like this, it just perpetuates it. And so the experience of loss could have been getting amplified recently in the last couple years. Any other messages or insights, especially as like the collective has been just further ascending, right? Our realities are further ascending. Everything that is like part of that old way, anything on any energy spectrum gets amplified as we're moving into this, like these ascended realities. So whether it's like really positive and abundant and feeling good, that gets amplified, blissful. Or if you're staying attached to I am a victim and woe is me and I have lost this and I have lost that, that experience can even grow, okay? All right, keep going. I haven't coughed the whole time till now. Leo. Oh, sorry, Leo. King of Pentacles. What you've been sabotaging is your own King of Pentacles energy. The energy of abundance, the energy of safety, security, self-esteem, confidence, wealth, even health. That's what you've been sabotaging. That's what you feel like has been lacking in your life. That's what you feel like almost like is being attacked or has been attacked as part of your story. Overall, we have the Moon. Go deep, Leo. That's what I just heard. Go deep. Queen of Swords. Sorry, I feel like I'm choking all of a sudden. have to take a break. I'll be back. I'm gonna do timestamp. Hey, buddy. Oh. Oh. Ew, sorry about that. Oh. um. Oh. Oh, let's continue. Oh. Leo, so sorry. Literally just like I was suffocating. So coming back. Leo, it's time to go deep. Time to go very deep with yourself here with the moon and the Queen of Swords. To see this about yourself, to see this about your own patterns and your story, to face the Page of Cups, embrace the Page of Cups, which is innocence in yourself. It's the card of innocence for me, okay? I know you probably waited a long time just for me to say that last little bit. Or if you use the timestamp, you didn't wait. So Leo, I wish you luck with this victim story, and releasing yourself from that, freeing yourself from it so you could actually experience the Wheel of Fortune and experience a shift there, okay? Let's move on. We're going to do Virgo. Excuse me. Energy. Don't mind me. Okay. Oh, of course the guarding noises start too. We only have like 3 more signs to do. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo, November 20th to the 26th? Virgo. Hold on a second. Dropped one. Using my foot to get it. Hold on a second. Okay. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo, November 20th to the 26th? Okay, Kava with community. It's funny, that's the one that fell on the floor too. All right, nice. Kava. This has Pluto and Moon energies associated with it. Freedom, Virgo, freedom. I'm also getting transformation as well. Yeah, honest Virgo, this feels like letting your hair down kind of energy, going with the flow energy, celebrating, but allowing for this kind of like shift and letting go of attachment, letting go of control. That's what I'm feeling with you with this card. Sorry, Virgos, I'm gonna be a little messed up for the rest of the reading, just a heads up. Excuse me. Do you have people in your life you can really be yourself with? That's what I'm feeling here. Are the people in your life people that you can be truly free with? Feels like maybe you could be more free, or maybe not, and you need to change that. I keep getting a change with this, like a shift. I keep getting shift here as well. Let's go ahead and read this one. Celebration, kinship with tribe, community, friendship, union, finding your chosen family. Energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting us in surrendering. Although you might be amid an important moment in your life, remember that you don't have to do it alone. When you widen your circles intentionally, you receive support from the universe and others to join you on the path to fully draw upon butterfly's medicine. It gently invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment, Are you a protector, creator, connector, or visionary? And how does that correlate this moment in your life alongside your personal evolution? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly? Sometimes finding your purpose within your community and the parallels within your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. Ooh, Virgo. I keep getting it's about being free, though. That's what I keep getting with you. How free are you right now? Do you allow for that to happen? Do the people around you allow for yourself to be free? I'm sorry, I don't know why, like, this is moving so freaking much. It doesn't always move with this much. Okay. Yeah. How much of that is really present in your life and in your relationships right now? Let's go ahead and pull some cards from my Virgos. Where it's like, you can just be you and there's not like a reason behind it, right? It's like, you can do something for the sake of doing it. You can say something for the sake of just being yourself, right? Any messages or insights for Virgo? Any messages or insights for my Virgos? Virgo for November 20th to the 26th. Okay. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Any messages or insights from my Virgos? Getting Queen of Wands energy. We'll see if she comes out. It's a very free queen. Of all the queens, I'd say she is the freest. Whoa. Whoa. Not what I expected. We have Queen of Cups and Ten of Swords. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. I feel like this is what's causing the shift that I was feeling with you, Virgo. Shifting into this notion of what does make you feel free, what facilitates you just being yourself, where you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, or you don't have to diminish yourself. You know what I mean? It's like that very free Queen of Wands energy is what I feel like you're shifting into. But as a result of this, Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords, this is taking a look at what has really hurt you, what is actively hurting you, anything that feels like you've been betraying yourself or other people betraying you, and also what needs to just not be happening anymore, what needs to be done in your life that will facilitate this Queen of Wands energy I keep feeling with you. Ace of Cups at the bottom, new beginning from the 10 to the Ace, right? And that's what the Queen does. She contemplates the Ace. Virgo, any messages or insights for Virgos? Interesting. We have Knight of Swords coming out here. Ooh. I almost want to put that under the Queen. Like, I almost want to put it like this on the board. Just like sitting directly under the Queen there. I know you guys don't ever see my board. I just don't have the setup for it. And I've moved so many times. It's like trying to do a setup and then having to deassemble it and assemble it again and deassemble it. It's just a whole thing. Anyway, we have Knight of Swords coming in here. Gemini energy. Very, very fast, quick communication. Is this you? I don't know if that's you. I don't think that's you. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Tell me about the Knight of Swords for Virgo. Whoa, that's interesting. Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. This is a funky energy. This feels like Jekyll and Hyde to me. This literally feels like Jekyll and Hyde. I think this is your energy. I think this is your energy. I think this is you contemplating this feeling, this experience of something does need to shift and needs to change, because the way you're experiencing yourself or the way you're experiencing relationships doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like you're truly free in it. And in fact, there may be some old painful stuff there that wants to be released. And then this energy comes out, and I do feel like this is you. It's almost like you've been acting as the Knight of Pentacles and you're about to blow into the Knight of Swords. Where you've been devoted, where you've been loyal, where you've been showing up. This is Virgo energy. This is your card, Virgo. Where you've been the dependable right-hand man, you're about to shift into the Knight of Swords. It almost feels a little bit like a lashing out, to be honest with you. It feels a little bit like, I need to speak up and speak out now about my experience, about this feeling, about what I've been contemplating, and I want to be more free. I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this with the wrong people or for the wrong reasons, for distorted reasons, potentially. And I need to speak up about it. It might be very unexpected for some people to experience your energy like this, because it really does feel like Jekyll and Hyde. It feels like a 180. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Judgment. It's time. I feel like judgment coming out here is just a nudge from spirit that it's time to do this. It's time to speak up about this. It's time to stop enduring. It's time to stop enduring. It's time to stop enduring and just be free. Especially in terms of people, family, community, tribe, relationships. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Any other messages or insights from our Virgos? Card of Innocence coming out. Okay, let's see. Whoo! So on the Ten of Swords that you're contemplating here, it's going to prompt you to speak up and speak out. We've got the Five of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely a feeling of like people overstepping their boundaries with you, maybe even taking advantage of you, diminishing you. The Nine of Pentacles is very independent, very individual, very much like, I can take care of myself. I can sustain myself. I am confident and I am enjoying my life. I am capable. It's that kind of energy. But then Five of Wands. Again, this is what's been creating this Ten of Swords experience with you. It's just this feeling of like, people taking advantage of you or people feeding off of your Nine of Pentacles energy to the point where it diminishes you. It diminishes you. I keep getting Queen of Wands. It hasn't come out, but I keep getting you want to be in the Queen of Wands energy, right? And they've been keeping you at that Nine of Pentacles because you've been doing the Virgo thing. You've been doing the Nine of Pentacles and you're like, no fucking more. No more. It's time, Judgment, and then Page of Cups. I need to honor my purest self, my purest emotional needs. Excuse me. And that's to be free. Overall, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. Oh, shit. Seven of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. That Six of Pentacles energy is not doing you any favors, Virgo. The way that you're exchanging energy with other people is creating that Seven of Swords. And this is you evaluating that against the Ace. Right? The seven evaluates the Six, which you're doing over here, but is maintaining an Ace and trying to figure out what to do with it. Where do I keep putting my energy? Where do I put the next seed? Where do I put the next thing? What do I do with all of my energy moving forward? Do I keep doing this, which is just taking from you and diminishing you? Or do you try something different? Do you honor this little nudge that you're feeling inside of you as you are contemplating this feeling of being taken advantage of or feeling diminished and not feeling free, right? Not feeling free. You want to keep doing this? Or is it time to speak up? I think it's time to speak up, Virgo. It's time to speak up. Wow. All right, moving on. Libra. Okay. Hi, Libras. Second to last here. This reading was a lot longer than I expected it to be, but that's okay. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra? Libra. They're showing me an orange, like an orange ball of energy, but I heard Sun and Mars is what I heard. Sun and Mars. The Sun is working with Mars still, even when it shifts from Scorpio to Sag, they're still working together. This energy, I think, is definitely going to be affecting you because you are a Libra, your air energy. And Sag usually works off of you, okay? Also, Venus is in your sign and opposing Chiron and Aries and all that fiery energy, also very Mars-oriented. I think that's what it's alluding to. But the orange energy to me just says like creative energy, almost like Venusian energy, which is you. It just feels very like juicy and yummy and very creative, like creation-oriented energy. Libra. Any messages or insights for my Librans? Am I taking this one? No. Any messages or insights for Libra? November 20th to the 26th. Clyde! Sorry. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra? Whoo! Oh my. Talk about Marsy energy. Jurgen Sancha. Transfiguration 22. It almost looks like the Tower card, doesn't it? Almost looks like the Tower card. Getting a lot of serpent-like energy. This is also Mars and Pluto. I actually believe that is Mars up in the corner there that's painted in the illustration. There's a purifying energy with this though, Libra. God, it doesn't feel subtle. It's like, that's the only thing. This energy does not feel subtle at all. It feels very in your face, but it feels very purifying as well. Purifying the things that are detrimental to you, harmful to you, is what I'm feeling intuitively. But let's go ahead and read this one. Unforeseen change, breakdown, transfiguration, poison transmuted, evil neutralized, rising from the ashes. Very scorpionic energy for you, Libra. Watch your back. Jurgen Sancha represents radical change and breakdown. This card can mean that someone or something is harming your energy. If this applies to you, remember that the darkest of energies that bring crisis or unforeseen changes can be transmuted into benevolence. Even the strongest of poisons can be medicine. The first step in neutralizing is recognition. The second step is removing fear and insecurity. And the third step is reconstruction of the self. Examine your life from a third-person perspective. Draw upon universal forces to transmute the environment, people, or situations that are depleting your life force. Libra. I mean, it's getting rid of the boogeyman. And not just the boogeyman, because sometimes boogeyman like I use in terms of like your own fear. This is something that's actually harming you. Something or someone or an environment that actually is doing damage. I don't know if you're aware of this until it just boom, you become aware of it. Because it's got a little bit of a serpent vibe, a little bit of like been hidden. It's been hidden until finally you're like, oh my God, how did I not see that? Jurgen Sancha. Let's get into it, Libra. Also, if any of you have the Isis Oracle deck, I would really recommend reading the cards, the Power of 7 Scorpions. There's just a lot of mention of like poison, transmuting poison, poison as medicine. That card speaks to that very heavily. And if you have that deck, I would definitely look up that card and read about it. The Power of 7 Scorpions. Scorpion and Serpent are also very much a theme right now because the new moon Scorpio had those two energies as themes. Yeah, so anyway, let's get into it, Libra. Any messages or insights for my Librans? November 20th to the 26th. November 20th to the 26th. I'm hearing safe place for your heart. Safe place for your heart. Safe place for your heart. Okay. Any messages or insights for Libra? November 20th to the 26th. Breakdown. This Tower moment is going to show you what you haven't seen about what has actually been harming you. What's been harmful to you or who has been harmful to you. It's going to show it to you. I think the Tower is going to be very unexpected. It feels very involuntary. It feels like, boom, it's just happening. It's going to show you what you need to see. At first, you might not be happy about this Tower. It might be kind of upsetting, but it's actually a really good thing, okay? It's actually a really good thing for you. Any other messages or insights for Libra? Oh yeah, look at that. 9 of Pentacles and the Chariot. It's helping you, okay? It's helping you. I almost want to say it's saving you, Libra. I honestly want to say it's saving you. There could be something going on with the car just because Chariot is car energy, and I just got that feeling of just sudden. Some of you guys, it could be around a car accident. Not trying to bring that in. Just saying it could, for some of you, it involves a vehicle of some kind. Mostly getting Merkaba. Some of you guys may actually have an ascension-like experience or be in the midst of an ascension-like process or experience, and that's part of this Tower. Like the Tower catalyzes it. And it is for your own good. I keep getting the Tower is a good thing here. They want me to really make sure that you understand that you're aware of it. It frees you. It liberates you. It saves you. It saves you. It saves you from these detrimental energies. Can I get a card for the Tower, please, for Libra? It's like, yeah, it's like literally getting you out of there. Can I get a card for the Tower, please? Getting you out of harm's way is what I want to say. Even it's getting you out of harm's way, even if it's in the form of like an accident, it's actually saving you from greater harm, if that makes any sense. Can I get a card for the Tower, please? Tower is around 3 of Pentacles. This Tower moment, it could be potentially affecting you in a group just because this is the 3 of Pentacles. It's about teamwork, collaboration. It's a friendship card for me. It's also a card of repair, but it's a card of like trying to get things together, trying to get plans going. Something is majorly disrupted. It's like it's disrupted before it can be fully built or fully solidified. So whatever this like sinister energy is, it's behind the 3 of Pentacles. Can I get another card for the Tower? Or even a card for the 3 of Pentacles for Libra? Whoa. 2 of Cups. Involves another person or other people. Kind of already knew that. Kind of already knew that. And the Tower disrupts this. And they keep saying, saves you. Saves you. All right, let's move off the Tower. Can I get any other messages or insights from my Libras, please, for November 20th to the 26th? Clyde, you're so cute. You're so cute with your blue eyes. Sorry. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands attached to the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm going to show you guys this. So remember what I said. The Tower coming in totally saves you. It moves you into the Nine of Pentacles and the Chariot. Okay, it almost like, I feel like it literally like picks you up in a vehicle and takes you away. Some of you, this is actually a big timeline shift in your reality here. To like, I literally feel like a vehicle of some kind, whether it's an actual car or it's like just a shield of protection, or it's like a Merkaba, like picks you up and boop, like just takes you out of harm's way. What's clarifying the Nine of Pentacles is the Knight and the Ten of Wands. Again, freedom is a huge theme this week, and I feel that here. And Virgo had something similar. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands feels like a sentencing, is almost how it feels. And that's what you're being liberated from, actually. It feels like this, like, burdensome sense of duty and showing up and loyalty and having to be the right-hand man all the time. Virgo, again, had something very similar. And you're being uplifted to that, into the Nine of Pentacles. Being rescued from that. Anything else for my Librans? Overall, we have the Two of Swords, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, I just got nasally. Knight of Swords. Whoa. Look at all this psychic energy after the Knight of Swords. The Moon, High Priestess, and the Lovers. The Moon, High Priestess, and the Lovers. All of that energy is fueling the Knight of Swords, is fueling some sort of a communication and delivery to a Queen of Pentacles that has Temperance and the Two of Swords here. This Tower you don't see coming. I feel like it's a conversation. It's some sort of delivery of truth, but the fact that we have the Moon and the High Priestess and the Lovers all backing the Knight of Swords, a lot of this truth that's coming through was literally just given or passed down through like intuition or downloads, and then the delivery of it to a Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Interesting, I said Queen of Swords. To a Queen of Pentacles, but then we have Temperance and the Two of Swords surrounding the Queen. It's giving this Queen peace of mind. It's giving this Queen peace of mind. So Libra, however you want to cut this, the Tower, while it's unexpected, it's disrupting something before it can be solidified. And it seems like it's disrupting some sort of relationship or collaboration between you and another person or other people. And it seems very needed. I literally feel like it's saving you from burdens. It's saving you from duty, from obligation. And the truth of this, the truth of the reality of what is harmful about this will be shown to you or given to you in some way, shape, or form. Whether someone just communicates the reality of this, maybe something that's been hidden, like secrets, and you're like, oh my God, how could I not have known that? How could I not have seen that about this person or the plans we were making? Oh, thank God. And then it puts you at ease. Or literally it's passed down through downloads or intuition. And you're like, oh, this totally saved me. This totally saved me. And I see that now. Wow. A little heavy. Made me a little nauseous, actually. Okay. Crazy, crazy reads. Moving on to Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Last but not least. Hi, Scorpios. Let's see what's going on here, and also happy belated birthday for any Scorpios out there. As of today, I'm recording on the 18th, I believe. And I haven't done the Scorpio birthday reading yet. I was planning to do it actually yesterday, and just, you know, things have been a little cray-cray. But just keep a lookout for that. I usually do that live on YouTube. So make sure your notifications are on. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio, November 20th to the 26th? Any messages? Oh, I feel an empowered energy with you, Scorpio. I feel an empowered energy with you. I gotta be honest, some of you, there's a little bit of an ego boost going on. Not a bad thing, just what it is. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio? Interesting. We have detachment with cannabis. Someone else had this one, and I don't remember who it was. Actually, it might have been Aries, Scorpio. It might have been Aries, your Mars sister sign. I want to get one more for my Scorpios here. I feel like you're free from something. I say free from something and you get psilocybin. Cannabis and psilocybin here, Scorpio. Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Sun energy are the astrology associations. Psilocybin also came out for, it might have been Cancer? Cancer or Leo. I want to say Cancer had psilocybin. If you have Cancer placements, just saying, just calling them out. But anyway, I want to intuitively get into this and then I'm going to read them to you. Why did these come up for my Scorpios? Yeah, I feel that Pluto empowering you. Pluto's empowering you here. I feel like Scorpios, you might not have had the space or time to do this, but I feel it going real deep, Scorpio. I mean, you guys live deep. You live deep. But I feel this like wanting to make time and space to just like have pure connection with just spirit. Like literally setting time aside to be like, I'm just going to meditate for 2 hours in silence. I'm going to do a deep drum journey. I'm going to do a psilocybin ceremony. I'm going to sit with Mother Cannabis, right? It's like there's this feeling of I want to get back into the deepness of spirit. That's what I'm feeling with you, Scorpio. And it feels like if you do that, I feel like it's going to be very empowering for you. It also feels like a realignment is very necessary too for you, Scorpios. Yeah, I want to say a realignment is necessary for you. Some of you actually have been spending a lot of time with people. You need to kind of withdraw and go within and be alone in your own energy again. Some of you, that's the case. Others of you, it's the opposite, where you've been hermiting a lot and it's like time to connect with people again. But before either way, it's like when you transition to hermit to external or external to hermit, there is this like little in-between phase of like, let me really connect and discern, right? And then get aligned and reacquainted with the energy I'm shifting into. Thank you. Let me get realigned and acquainted with the energy I'm about to shift into from where I've been. It's got that kind of energy, but I feel this sense of empowerment with you. I also feel a little bit of giddiness all of a sudden. Like you're getting privy to certain information in the process of this, and you're like, like there's a little bit of like mischief going on there. Like you're being told something or being shown something, and it just like it actually gets you very excited and lights you up, but it feels like it's meant for you and you alone is what I'm getting. So interesting. I'm going to read these to you guys, and then we're going to go ahead and pull some cards. Okay, 31. Detachment, deep contemplation, freedom from pain body, inner calm, and immunity. Saturn is said to be the lord of time and space, the lord of karma. Although often called the Great Malefic, Saturn is much more than what we experience in third-dimensional reality. The space-time continuum is a system that encompasses third-dimensional reality as we know it, said to be ruled by Saturn. Yet the transcendence of this reality is freedom from Saturn, depicted by its polarity, Neptune. When the angels of time and space are respected, Saturn, they bless us with freedom and the ability to transcend, Neptune, the cycles of the pain body. If you feel restless, anxious, trapped in your own body, or have trouble sleeping, cannabis is here to remind you to cultivate inner calm. Breathe deeply, go for a walk in nature, immerse yourself in meditation, take naps, and creatively cultivate practices that soften the unsettled aspects of your being. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Tune deeply into the energetics of this ancient ally and learn to transcend the cycles of self-induced pain. And then psilocybin. Communing with the sacred, connecting to otherworldly energy, remote viewing, regeneration through union, coming together with a tribe, finding cosmic family. Los Niños Santos have come to help you help you, interesting is what I said, come to tell you that you have arrived to your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth and offer psychic healing on a collective level. Los Niños Santos are asking you to tune in, and commune with the ancestors and powers that be to further develop your power. Psilocybin floods your body with light codes, loosening the knots we've volunteered to protect the journey of life. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into the higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home within, commune with others and experiences that support you. Connect to nature and the extensive community of energies that are lovingly there awaiting your conscious arrival. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with sure-footed spontaneity. Again, something very giddy about that, of like you're being privy to something or told something or shown something and you're like, haha. Like it's interesting. It's very interesting. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you, and then we're gonna wrap this baby up. You know, almost 3 hours into it. Yeah, I got a drifty energy with you, Scorpio. Almost called you Pisces for a second. Could be connecting to your inner Pisces or a Pisces energy. But I just got this very like, yeah, very Piscean, like dreamy, starry-eyed, like kind of energy. Like blissed out. Blissed out, Scorpio. Blissed out. For my mystics out there, it's almost like you're consciously, very intentionally making the choice to be like, I'm gonna energetically be up here now. Peace out. Like it's very interesting. Very interesting. Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio, November 20th to 26th? Any messages or insights for Scorpio, November 20th to the 26th? Whoa, 5 of Wands. You're evading that. I like literally, I keep getting this feeling of like, you know, any energies that are hard or struggly or like just create the experience of pain and discomfort. You're just like, bloop. Not doing it. Going up here now. Shifted out of that reality. Like it's very much just like, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's very much, I'm not going to partake in that. I'm not going to partake in that 5 of Wands energy. I'm not going to partake in any fights, conflict, getting down on someone else's level. I have no interest in doing that. I have no interest in fighting. I have no interest in competing. I'm only interested in being happy. Like it's very clear. It's very clear. Some of you, this is about not invoking this in your life anymore and realizing, oh shit, I've actually been bringing that energy into my life and I don't need to. Any other messages or insights for Scorpio? Any other messages or insights for Scorpio? Wow. Very much what I've just said. The World and the Magician. Scorpio, you are just on a different level. That is just, I mean, literally, these are the majors, and this is a minor 5 of Wands. This is literally like everybody being petty. Like, that's that kind of energy. And you're just like, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Not doing it. I'm up there now. Like, literally, some of you are actually jumping a timeline. Like, you're just shifting that fast. Definitely in your power. Definitely in your power and in your magic. And you're just like, oh, I see those energies in my life, or I see how I've been bringing that in. I'm just going to consciously not do it anymore. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. I'll see you. Can I get a... Oh, okay. Thank you. Ooh. 5 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. I want to say that's attached to the 5 of Wands. You got 2 5s here so far. Pretty indicative of change. Major change, but also freedom as well. Yeah, Scorpio, I just feel like if you've had any patterns of holding on to painful experiences or fight-like energies or just like energy of struggle, energy of pain, or life is hard, or even victim stories, Leo had some of that, you're just like, no, I'm just going to literally transcend this. I'm just going to literally rise above this and just not do this anymore, or not engage in this bullshit anymore. It's just very, very conscious. If you've been dealing with people who are just stuck in that lower energy, you might be making the choice to bounce because of that, with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Wands, because it bums you out because you want to have this reality experience. You don't want to live in the Five of Wands. This could also be someone you're dealing with too. It doesn't have to be you. Any other messages or insights for Scorpio? Yeah, Scorpio, some of you need to sit down and let go of old conflict that is still in your body or on your heart or on your mind. Like really, truly let it go. Because anything we continue to think about, even if it's just like fleeting thoughts, and this is why mastery of the mind is so important. But if you're reliving like experiences or conversations that have the 501's energy, you could be bringing more of it in your life, right? But again, this is you recognizing that and practicing mastery to transcend that, being in your power to transcend that. Any other messages or insights for Scorpio? Whoa. Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Page of Cups has come out a lot today. It's my innocence card. And when I say innocence, you could look at it as inner child, but it's just a very pure part of your heart and your soul. Your purest desires, your purest emotions, the purest version of your heart. Thank you. They said that. Purest version of your heart. To do this, some of you do have to address your heart space and whatever has affected your purity of your heart to do that. And some of you guys got some anxiety around that. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I am getting from most of you that this is actually about communication with another person or other people with that Page of Cups, and it kind of worries you a little bit. I want to get into that. Can I get a card for the Page of Cups? Can I get a card for the Page of Cups? What's the context of the Page of Cups? Hold on. Can I get a card for the Page of Cups? Thank you. Oh my. King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Passion and love. Water and fire. Compassion, empathy, vulnerability, confidence, passion, stamina, sensuality. So a few things I'm getting here, Scorpio. Some of you do have, again, are attached to these like energies. These energies or stories or memories about Five of Wands. And it just brings sadness, honestly. It just brings the Five of Cups. But this is about you liberating yourself from that, and stories, your victim stories about that. Leo had something very similar. And you do have a Leo card here, King of Wands. And if you have any Leo placements or are dealing with a Leo, I would totally go ahead and watch the Leo reading to free yourself of that. It's like, because what your innocence wants, the purest version of your heart wants, is the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. To have that experience within yourself and with people, it's this very free and intense passion for life, this thirst for life, and also this very mature emotional intelligence. That's not the way to say that. High emotional intelligence and very high emotionally intelligent experiences, but just like vulnerability to match that. That's what you're craving with other people and within your own life. That's what you're craving. The Nine of Swords tells me that there's like attachment to fear and anxiety because of these kind of experiences and people you've been dealing with. So Scorpio, to deal with this, you got to get in your power. It's like, yeah, it's you got to get in your power to empower yourself, but to also disempower the illusions you have and the attachments you have around that Five of Wands. Five of Wands should not be able to trump this. That should not be able to happen. That is a choice that you're allowing to happen. But this is what you want. This is what you want in your life. You want passion, and you want authentic emotional intelligence and love and compassion and empathy and all of that for yourself and also between you and others. It's a love and thirst for life. To be completely fearless and bold for life. That's what you want. You can totally make this happen, Scorpio. You just got to make the conscious choice to do this. Anything else for Scorpio? Overall, we have Knight of Swords. King of Swords. Oh, that's an intense ass energy. 3 of Wands. 2 of Cups. Oh, look. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. Wow. This is a very direct, intentional pursuit of this experience. The Knight of Swords and the King of Swords, that's very in your face, okay? That is in your face, that is to the point, that is direct about 3 of Wands and 2 of Cups. To go ahead with these experiences, to call in these experiences as the magician with the world, having learned your lessons about attaching to these energies and these stories and these thoughts and running them on a freaking loop only to bring in more of that. Again, Leo had something very, very similar, so go ahead and check that out. But part of that is also confronting your purest version of your heart and what it is you're really wanting and what it is you're really seeking, so you actually can discern and target what it is you're trying to actually bring in the form of the 2 of Cups. And underneath that, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. More of that fire and that water energy. That passion and then that empathetic, emotional, intelligent energy. Scorpio, for some of you, this is about acknowledging a certain person in your life that you are wanting to bring in or like have more direct contact with, only to realize that you need to like stop the victim story, right? Stop perpetuating that energy. And you need to face that and face that fear about that. That's for some of you. You know who you are. But yeah, Scorpio, very interesting reading to end the video on. Words. I'm out of words. Scorpios, I got to bounce. And all other people who are watching Scorpio at this point, I got to bounce. And I hope you really enjoyed this video, these readings, the weekly. And happy Thanksgiving if you're here in the States. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Love you. Take care. Bye.